Gemini. Let's try and figure out what y'all wanted. Y'all are more in y'all. I wouldn't even say cerebral as in like Professor X. More telepathic than anything. And it's not... I don't know if... You'll know if the connections around you, what levels they're on, because some people will hear you without you saying a word. And those are the ones that have always heard you. Even in your silence, they feel you on a different level. They hear you on a different level. And I think that's something that you need to start noticing. Oh shit, there's so many. The fuck? Wow, the bridge. Oh. But that's what I'm talking about. Being able to be seen, to be felt, to be known. Okay. Let me stop my greasy ass forehead. The stone. We have the fault line. I saw next arrows. The animal, and the gem. Now, most of these are the only ones that display real, like, even this is colored maybe subdued, but it's still very much colorful and aligning. And what makes the stone and the gem so similar are that they're not seen as similar. This whole structure is triangular, but in the core of this is a similar shape with similar coloration as the gem itself. And this is you, Gemini, though, and this is someone else. And the reason why I'm feeling that is because you do have this geometry, these figures around you. And not figures like people, but there's certain structures around your being and the way that you're presenting yourself that only if people can see angles, or they can see through if they're of these shapes, will they get to the next level? Like if they're a square trying to get into the triangle hole, it wouldn't fit. They wouldn't even get past the first layer of who you are. But this gem is so authentic in their being. They can see your shape without physically seeing your shape. It's not they see what you really are. So these things are not obstacles. They're not. Even these voided spaces, they have integrated their voided spaces into their being. So no darkness is left unturned. So not even your dark corners can deter them from wanting to bridge the gap. And so it's quite comical, because this eros, right, which is a form of love, but it's like with the diamond here in the mouth, is almost like it is seen by an animal in an animalistic way. This is very appealing. It's shiny. Oh my God. But eros is the type of love that is been brought to you by animals. And it's not that it isn't beautiful or can't be seen as precious, like a diamond. What you're looking for is not quite the eroticism of being desired. It's about being treasured more so than hunted, and you know what I mean? Just to say that somebody's got diamonds, it means very little. But to be like, damn, I have the rarest fucking gem, or I am such a rare fucking gem. You won't find another like this in this same configuration, in this same way, because every single gem is completely fucking different. You can't categorize me with a bunch of fucking diamonds that all look the fucking same, and you know what I mean? Is the variations of the true being that people actually are is much like this stone, which is a gem, right? It looks so different, but you do have a match here, and they want you to come out, and they want you to play, and they want you to be a part of it. It's like you shine different, but you shine just like I shine. You wear yours different than I wear mine, but you see me and I see you. You feel me. And with your structure here in these dark points that you may have around the center of your being that no one is supposed to know exists, this person, like I said, has integrated their shadow to a point where that's a part of the pressure that made them shine anyway. That's what brings their variation, their colors. The form of this gem here is, it's been exposed to a whole lot of elements that give it this iridescent aura. And if you do see crystals, if you do have rocks and they have that rainbow type of hue on it, it's usually a film of metal that has been exposed to the crystal that gives it that rainbow aura color, or a quartz, or rose quartz, whatever it may be. They term the hue of that rainbow aura over the stone. And because you both have those types of experiences that have colored you in certain ways, you're recognizing each other in certain ways. And it's really unspoken though. It's like the moment that you do speak on it, arrows might come out of your mouth. And it is because that's what has been sought. I see this as, it can be the animalistic nature in you that has been brought out by the expression of arrows on multiple occasions. And I'm gonna read arrows only because I want to not make arrows seem so bad, as if love as desire, eroticism, and sensuality. I mean, it can really be a good thing, but I think it's been taken to an extreme of, like, that's the gist of it. And so when somebody's actually seeing some type of value, it's to differentiate. This fault line is about to show you what is and what isn't. So this animalistic nature that may come through on your end towards another is only a reflection of the times you've been preyed on, right? And that's not what you're going to find with this gem person, Gemini. You're actually going to find somebody that, like, paternal. It's not it's not like a maternal twin. I mean, it is. I mean, maternal twins are usually the ones that look different, and that's what I'm getting at. But they have the same composition or the same types of DNA coursing through their veins. It's when they have the same egg and different sperm, paternal, that they come out looking very, very similar. So this is more paternal to me, this animalistic nature. It's of the father. It's more predatory. But you're finding something more maternal with this type of connection. Because even male or female, I give no fucks, Gemini, you are seen as an object of desire. Something to, you know what I mean? It's getting on my fucking nerves, really. This animal could be a very beautiful thing, but not the way it's showing up here. And it's like you have something that they want to take, that they want to have, they want to hold on to, want to be associated with. But with this gem and the stone energy, it's a bridge where two are meeting. You may look like you've got it, put together, or you're structured in a certain way. And this other person is a beautiful mess. And not messy, but it's because they've integrated those shadow parts of them. You will see their pain and their power at the same time. It won't be debilitating. This is going to help you not feel the way you feel about your own pain, to compartmentalize it around your very fucking core essence. You're coming up as a whole different shape than what you really are. I saw this while I was shuffling. Knight of Swords. Queen of Cups. Look. There's two. Like twins, huh? Y'all are coming up as the Queen of Cups. You got Ace of Swords. Peeled muffin cap bag blue. This person fits your composition. Even they don't look the part, but they feel the part. And shit. That snake is right in her face, right? But these are the animalistic encounters. When you have taken those chances, you've been met with these animalistic encounters. The very jewel that you are, the very stone that you are, has been like coveted, has been used in a way as if that was its only function. And this is what it feels like. So of course, when you see something like this, and it's like, how could you be so comfortable? This is not the Ten of Cups that I want to see. There's two of them. This is not the star. This is the other star. This is the star that's not, it's not finalized. It's not wholeheartedly manifested. Let me stop there. Two of Swords. We have Judgment here. King of Cups, and we have this fucking Four of Pentacles. Now listen, this Four of Pentacles, that's what I saw in my mind's eye. The shape of you, not many people can actually, they're not going to get that square peg into that triangle hole. And by the time it's time for the square, now it's a circle and a cylinder, and they really just don't have the shape of what it is they perceive. Okay? But they can't fit. They just don't fit. And then that's where you can differentiate between the two, because you are made up in a certain way, and only people who fit each and every single different layer of you are going to be able to get through. And this is kind of what it's showing me, that this is not something you ever expected to actually happen. Like, who could penetrate without penetrating? It's kind of it's like fucking without fucking, but it's not it's not physical. It's like this Eros with the animalistic nature. It's something that hasn't been touched by this gem energy. The way that it sits, the way that it moves, the way that it fits into those spaces and colors the world, colors your world, allows you to show the colors of yourself to the world. It does it in a very, very soft and intimate way. And that's weird, Gemini, that you're coming up as Queen of Cups to me, because I would assume, it's not always safe to assume, but what I'm saying is I don't feel like I'm speaking to a woman. Could be. But even the women are in masculine energy. Even if they're balanced in their feminine energy predominantly, with air being a masculine sign, that is the typical threshold of a Gemini person. You're going to see their boss like mentality. You're going to see them have that business about themselves that is very masculine, that would look and feel more so like this. But this truth is being brought to you by somebody else. It's being sponsored by somebody else. Even with all your, people say y'all have multiple personalities, and I don't feel that way. I feel like it's just layered. It's aspects of the being. When it feels safe to come out, it's going to come out. They take turns. And it's just all the parts of you, but in different ways. Whereas, like I said, this person has integrated all of their parts, and they're operating in their full dark. Their light has shadows, and all of this stuff has been integrated. That's why they shine the way they do. Operating with this one eye energy. They keep their love in mind. They keep their heart in mind, but also yours. And they have reached a point where their heart and their mind are working together. All of their shadow shit has come up to the surface, and they have met it head on. And that's why they can feel comfortable being vulnerable in their skin and do it the way they do it. You're either going to like it or you're not. But it's real, it's honest, and it's genuine. They cry if they fucking want to cry. And they feel comfortable in that. They ain't no crybaby ass motherfucker. But what I'm saying is, they feel safe to do so. Because if something hurts them, they are going to show it. They're not so prideful that they cannot. Whereas, when I showed you your Three of Cups, your Three of Swords, the eyes are covered. The eyes are covered. The eyes are covered. You're not really seeing with this whole openness, because there are still parts of you that are closed. There are no eyes in this fucking. The only thing they can see is what they've been through, what they want to hold back, the things about them that they don't want others to see fully. They don't trust other people with these layers of them, with these parts of them, with these aspects of them, because they are so close to their fucking core, too close to the real shit that they're trying to bring in, the real shit that they really want. Nobody. Some people have trickled on the precipice, but they have never gotten past these layers like this person who is a gem. And that's so quaint that your stone and their gem, and your stone because of the structure, their gem because they have integrated all of their structure, or like they have broken down the barriers and the borders of what surrounds them. So there's no fucking blurred lines now. It's just me shining with all of the fray, amongst all of the fray, amongst all of the life experience, the trauma, the pain, the this and that, because they've transmuted it into power. All of this gray area, Like it's these are broken down structures around them. They have broken some shit generationally, energetically, internally, mentally, psychologically. They have broken barriers and borders that have always been imaginary, but have been encapsulating you from being your full receiving self. You can give. You're masculine. You can give. But have you received yet? Somebody who can give and receive equally with you in accordance to what is necessary and what is not. They're not just manufacturing some shit and cookie cuttering it to make it like everyone else would. You know, all these animals think the same. All these animals act the same. Even if the details of the circumstances are different, the outcome has always been the same. And you get left feeling like you were a fucking fool. But in another respect, they broke down the border and the barrier of what fool and foolish is. And they're showing you that they can be their gem self and be exposed to you. Hurt people, and all that. This could be your nature, animalistic towards them, and they look unsuspecting. With the pain that you've been through, it does cloud your vision. This is why there are blindfolds and all this other shit. It does cloud your vision to the point where, I mean, everything's just starting to fucking look the same. But consider here what you have to give, but also to receive. Because you're being asked to take another look at this. Yeah, really showing up like this. You're being asked to look at this shit again. And not just look, because your eyes have deceived you. It's been this type of vision that has put you in these positions. This is what you may see coming out of people's mouths, and it may translate to being valuable if you're looking at it through the eyes of an animal. Or if people have been looking at you like this, it looks like this is something that, you know, this will bring them great fortune. This will bring them luck. This will bring them something that will make them feel good. They know it will. But these aren't body parts. This is why this connection is going to feel different. The only thing outstretched has been a hand. They've been trying to help you or want to help you. They want to give you something that, I mean, it doesn't cost them to give you anything. It's just something that they know you need. They've been in your position to know that you need it. And then even if you don't recognize it now, you're not going to see it clearly. It's going to be something you have to feel. Because those other experiences feel a certain way. And the fault line is showing you that there is a distinct line that separates the two. And you're going to know. So you being air sign predominantly, you know truth when you hear it, and you know it when you feel it. It's your eyes that deceive you. It's not necessarily because you're looking for... Okay, this is what gets me. You're structured in a certain way, and you have these layers to you, right? But if you see something, even if you feel it different, because the core of you is different than the structure of you, right? So you have this core soft shit in the middle that is your very being, very much Queen of Cups. And you hear this truth that aligns with you. You feel it. And the thing is, it's coming through. I didn't get y'all no chakra stones. Fuck. Because there's so many. Where do I want these? Oh, we got heart chakra on the stone. Right on your motherfucking ass, huh? Okay. Show me gem. That piece last lie. And I knew that they were speaking to you with truth. You're seeing them plain as day. And then you're hearing what they're saying plain as day. So these two different senses that you may use to differentiate what you feel, what you hear and think, right? They're matching up with this gem person. And you're the stone. Like your heart is very much open, is very much ready to feel and suss out what your eyes may miss. And that's the part, I mean, this damn green is very much you, Queen of Cups. Very much so. You feel the difference. You know the difference. King of Cups. The fucking third eye. Your gem is the King of Cups. Meaning they see rightly through their heart, which you're using now. You're not afraid to use it. Because people who can't see your layers or don't know they're there, they will cross your boundaries with ease. And you'll tell them where the fuck they can go with that. Okay? No problem. But it's somebody who sees with their heart and consider and takes their mind into account. They're coming up with these two energies. This looks like it could be a King of Swords to me so very easily. So they have this same ability that you have. Like I said, y'all are structured different, but you have components that are the same. This is why your borders and your boundaries are not broken or mismatched with this person. They're not crossed with this person. They don't cross them. They very much follow your boundaries. And that's why they can fit into every single aspect of who you're actually protecting. The part of you that has been misunderstood, mishurt, misunderstood, hurt, disregarded, preyed on, and whatnot. A lot of assumption that you're very visceral and you're very topical and very on the surface type of shit, and them still waters run pretty fucking deep. Now, this person speaks to you here. They speak to you here because that's what they feel, and it goes through the Ace of Swords. So when it's delivered, you're getting that boundary of sincerity. You're getting that they're meeting those boundaries in the good ways. They're not crossing your boundaries. It like juxtaposed. They're aligning with your boundaries where they're not too far off and they're not too close in. Like they're right. Like their skill set is very innate, is very heart-centered, but intellectually delivered. And this is a way that you receive it, because you're not a very heart-sensitive sign, because everything filters and comes out through the mind, right? But you feel so fucking much, you just can't share it with anyone. Because why? They're animals. They're fucking animals, right? So the things you desire and the things you wish for, you haven't even actually told anybody the real deep desires that you have. This is something someone is going to have to see and know and feel unequivocally, without a doubt. Because if you have to say it out of your mouth, it might as well be you speaking to an animal. Because they see you as a ticket. They see you as an op. opportunity, right? And there's this sense of getting something from you. So Gemini, this person has their eyes closed. Their eyes are not covered. Their eyes are closed because they don't have to see to know. They don't have to see to speak. Because, I mean, shit, the eye that's supposed to be open is. And they feel it quite clearly. So they do have this sense of alignment. You have third eye, throat chakra, and heart. And for these things to be aligned, because your third eye has a lot to do with the mind too. Not just sight, but the mind and thought. But so does the throat chakra. How we comprehend, how we ingest information and take things in, but also give them out and speak them out and articulate them. So you're dealing with somebody who is very cool. These are cool colors. They're matching your vibe in ways that, I mean, you can't tell them how. You can't tell people how if they're not naturally aligned with your borders and boundaries without crossing them or being too far off from what you actually want. I mean, it's not something you can fucking tell somebody. But you at least notice that somebody is meeting you where you are on your level. And there's this exchange. And it's like, well, fuck. There will come up suspicion. I'm not even kidding. You will have that suspicion. You will wonder. And you will be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Is this like that? Was it, because it's just going to seem as if I'm minding my business and where the fuck does this come from? But I think it's something that comes to mind first. It's a thought. It's a concept. You don't look at this person as somebody who's trying to get something out of you. I think it's just because of what you end up feeling. It feels as if it's intentional or it's contrived. You've lowered your defenses automatu. And it's only because people just cannot peg you. They cannot, they don't have you pegged. They can't really see into you. But you try to give them a little way in and, hopefully they'll figure it out and be able to navigate these different layers of you. But they're not equipped to. At the core, like I said, you have the shape that this person has. Even the coloration is very similar. But they've just broken down all these barriers and borders. So they're very fucking open, is what I'm seeing. They're very fucking open. And even this animal eye is being reflected here within you. So they know that if anything, right, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way, they almost expect for you to hurt them out of instinct. They know that you will, out of instinct, because of what you've already dealt with. It's like you're not fully in, because you haven't fully gotten into the center of yourself or allowed yourself to even go down there for a very long time, because you put up so many boundaries around it for other motherfuckers. You ain't even been in there to check on it. That animalistic nature combined with arrows, it has a lot to do with your core now, because that's something, once it happened, you closed up and built up the boundaries and built up the borders. But you ain't been back in the closet to go fix this shit either. So they know very well what you're capable of, because even in their own breaking of barriers and borders, they had to do the same shit. They had to find the same shit in them, and they had to tame their own inner animal, their own bouts of issues with arrows. So this person can see very clearly where you've been afflicted or where you've been affected, and that's not what they're bringing you, because they know that's not what you need. They're bringing you Ace of Swords and King of Cups because they see you Queen of Cups even when you don't see Queen of Cups. They see the love that you are but aren't living. They see the truth that you want to live unapologetically, but it's so private to you that it's like, it's like, nah, hell no. It's okay. It's okay. Because this person's not going to pry. They're not going to prod. They're not going to poke. Even coming in with this Knight of Swords energy, it's almost as if I'm seeing it like this. The angel and the devil. The different aspects of you. The one that wants to open up, the one that wants to keep the borders. And requiring jabs in order to get passed through type of shit. You know, like a person has to really go through some shit in order to get to those aspects of you. And that's cool. I get it. You know what I'm saying? This 4 coins, that is like a burning building. You know, what will they really do? What will they really sacrifice to get to this part of me? Does it really matter to them? And it's like, damn, this person is coming in almost like a blaze of fire themselves. But not with actual communication though. It's a thought that triggers this. This comes in the recesses of the mind. And this is where it starts to break open and manifest in different ways. With this Judgment card, it really did make an impact on you. The same shit that you got boundaries and borders and edges and everything around. I mean, and for good reason. I see. But now they use that to guide them. So they just brought it up. That's all. You have a raw ass, open ass heart space. And it's like, no wonder you put up all these figures and shapes around it. These layers, right? Cool. This person found a way to bring it up, all the way up. So now it's more of a discernment. It is always, their mind is always going to consider the pain they've been through too. This is why it's all around them. This is why it's integrated into their being. Because that same thing that was seemingly used to hurt them, now they can neutralize and counteract and block without having to do very much. They don't have to fight to stay safe or to stay blocked off from motherfuckers that may take advantage. All they have to do is wear it like it's a fucking power. And it will deter people from trying to use they can't use their own power against them. But a lot of times when it's held up and hold up like that, people use your pain against you. And it will be very effective because it's in your core. But if you bring out the pain and create something with it that now is a part of you and can't be undone, that can't be broken into, it's on my sleeve. It is my armor. Now it's my power. It is their armor. It is their power. And you're very much still unprotected because you keep the pain here. That's what they're trying to get you to see. But the only way that they can do it is to show you. They can't just talk about it. They are the living example of pain being transmuted into power. This is why they can wear their heart on their sleeve. They're not gullible. They're not naive. They're the most authentic motherfucking thing standing around you. And you're finally being able to see this fault line is giving you very clearly what is and what isn't. They have colors of them that match your hues, where other people only had one shade, or shady, or had this sparkle. But I mean, it wasn't the real deal. Stone and the gem, they're the same. This shit with Eros was cubic zirconia. Glass. Wasn't even a diamond. Eyes deceive. Until you can integrate the heart with the mind, you can't trust what you're seeing. Plainly put. And this is why this person is not asking you to look at them physically. They're asking you to feel them, because that part of you is the truth. And once you take the truth of your heart space and use your logical mind, then you're like, well, fuck, they match. Well, damn. That's how you know the difference. That's how you see the difference. Without physically seeing the difference, you feel it here, you bring it up to the mind. This is what gives you the perception. You know truth when you feel it. You know a lie when you feel it, right? Not when you hear, you feel it. It comes in, you feel it, and it goes up to that third eye, and you see it. So this person's trying to show you what to see with, not what to see of them. They're trying to show you a different way to see the world, to feel the world. Because these fucking borders and angles and voided spaces are keeping you from a full experience of freedom. Because even still, you have to cross certain lines to allow certain parts of you to express itself. You know what I'm saying? So to want to see things, or want to meet people, or to have these experiences, they're only going to get to a certain angle of you. So they'll never see what you're made of. They'll never see your full configuration, because they can't get past the border. They only fit here, and they can't get in here. They're not going to be able to hold you fully, or even fathom the real shape of you, because there's so much that they're not able to get through, because they're looking with their eyes and not with the real shit. Like, I'm just saying. So, Queen of Cups. Oh, wait. Do you see her necklace? That's the type of energy she's had close to her heart the whole time. And this person is wearing it. This person is of. They are of you. They are very much like you. It's just you're so used to seeing bullshit that you can't recognize that you've already had a place for this person. The bridge is already being built, and I don't think they're going to have to ask you if you'll take that step or meet them halfway. They're just going with the energy itself, and that's the only true guide that they have. They are very aligned with their heart space. They are very much aligned with their truth, coming in as the Ace of Swords, and their third eye is motherfucking open. So they can see, if you recede, that, hey, this person has to break out of these borders on their own. I can show them what I am, who I am, how I do, my power, my pain, my power. If they can't see that it's all still honest, and it was never, there's nothing to gain here, but your understanding is the only thing to be gained. They don't gain anything by coming into your life or around you at all. If your awareness opens and you start to see where you can integrate your pain and turn it into power, this person has done what they were supposed to do, and they have bridged the gap. They are very much a twin to you. And I'm not even talking about in a romantic way. This could be two women as friends. This could be two men as friends. This could be two a hetero, a male and a female, and they're just close in spirit, close in origin. And it's like, you're of me, or I'm of you. I recognize your essence. I know you in a way, without being forceful, without, really going above and beyond to prove. They don't have anything to prove. They just are. And this is some shit that you're very rarely going to see. And this is how you'll know it's different. And the difference is what will make you question or hesitate a little bit. But you're knowing that you can't use your eyes to see this. You'll have to use your inner essences, those things that you have for safekeeping. You're very intuitive, like, because you're so knowledgeable. Like, your deductive reasoning brings you to you meet up in some very intuitive spaces, because your heart space, even though you have experienced hurt, I say this all the time, the deepest, darkest pain you've ever felt is equal to the heights of love that you can feel. They're equal and opposite. You know what I mean? They're on the same scale. So you have that capacity, and they're just showing you how to purify it and bring the energy up to where the pain is used as power, and you can wear it and you can lead with it. This person is giving you a very fucking clear example just by being them in your life. And it's not even active. It's not passive. It's just ever present. It's always there. So you always are reminded that this energy is there. This is why you always feel like you have another. But in this way, none of these eros animal connections have compared. And this is something that you can't, you know what I mean? There's no question what it is or who they are to you. Like, the love is not a question, because it's out of a purity that you can't quantify. You can't hold this. You can't measure it. You can't measure it in carats or whatever. It means to you what it means to you, and that's priceless. Nobody can compare to this type of value that you found. Damn. Y'all surprised me. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there, Gemini, but I don't know why I get to the emotional part of Gemini, and that, maybe it's a Raphael thing. But okay, I'll take it. So, bye, Gemini. I'll see y'all later.